Welcome to an unboxing of the Citadel Skulls, plus a tutorial on how I make my skull swatch sticks. So, you might be guessing, yes, we're going to use these Citadel Skulls. This is my official favorite Warhammer kit. I know, it seems weird, it's not normal models, but I love this. Citadel Skulls comes with 340 skulls. They have, one or two of some of these specialty ones, and then they have, 7, 20, something like that of some of the weirder aliens. And then you have the actual, human skulls. They have 82 of those, 42 damaged ones, and then they have another 80 some of them without the jawbone, so 86 plus 6 plus there's a whole bunch of different damage pieces. There's 15 jawbones you could glue on. All these different pieces in here. So I want to open this up and show you what's in this box. This retails for about $30, and it might seem like a little bit of an investment. Especially might seem like a bit of an investment because you're thinking, oh, I could, get, another half a model kit or, a decent amount of paint with that. Well, yes, but also you buy one of these and you're pretty much set for life. Although I do admit this is my second, though I blame my YouTube channel for that. So here's how they come. They come on a sprue, which is not surprising, but that's good because it's then the, classic Citadel plastic that we're used to is what we have here. Some of the larger, more complicated ones, like this big one, come in two pieces here. There's another couple of ones. This one here comes in two halves sideways, which you can just see all those different skulls, and they just really look great. Back's not as interesting. This is generally the side you're going to glue down. So there you go. There's one piece. And I do believe all these sprues are different. So that's the one with the big skulls on it. And then you have this one that has some of the specialty skulls on it. So we'll go with this side. So you have these with the kind of I don't know, spiny feather things. I'm not familiar with what all of these are for alien types. I'm pretty sure these are orcs, both with jaw open and jaw closed. They kind of look like orcs. And you have this kind of almost, classic human Mars, Earthling Mars alien thing there. That's what, classic sci-fi alien with the big eyes, maybe. Got these that are molded sideways. They're kind of an elongated skull here. More jawbones. Alien jawbones there. More different alien skulls. What is this? Orcs without the jawbones, the match with the jawbones. I don't know. They're just a variety. And that's really neat. So that's sprue number 2. Sprue number 3, we have some of the more little tiny horned skulls. These are great for decorations, and you can even paint them as metal. So especially take this one here that's complete, and you paint it like a metallic color, and it looks like a molded metallic skull. Those are kind of fun to do. I really like doing that for some interesting effects. I really like these Cyclops with the horn thing. That's kind of cool. But now we get into the damaged skulls. These are the human skulls with damage on them. And so there's, varying parts of them missing. There's some more aliens here. But just gives you the variety. And what I like to do with these is one of two things. I either clip these all off and mix them in a big bucket so I get kind of random damaged skulls. Or, especially this sprue, I am very likely to prime this sprue as it is and even maybe do the wash paint on it. The one thing that prevents me from doing that too readily is you notice the connection point on all these skulls is right on the top of the head. And so you almost always will have to then touch that up with primer and paint. So I've tried that and it doesn't work as well as I'd want it to. So typically I do actually just clip these all off and then paint them on the model after I glue them on. And so I just keep them after I clip them off in a like a plano organizer. You get this in the fishing tackle section at, you know, Walmart or wherever. And here we go. So there's the skulls in there. Right, well, I said the other part of this video was the building of these swatch sticks. And so we're going to actually take these skulls, and I'm going to actually take this one that's already falling off right there. And I think I saw another one that was already kind of falling off. Yeah, right here. And these all on this half, by the way, are all the complete human skulls. And I like using those for the swatch sticks. I started running out of them, which is why some of my newer swatch sticks have the damaged skulls on them. So like this one here has the little bit of damage on it. But that's okay. Works fine for a contrast paint test. So here's what we're going to do, is we're going to take a popsicle stick. This is just a regular old popsicle stick. It's nothing fancy whatsoever. And then we're going to take a little bit of sprue. I like this kind of sprue. This is the sprue that you're going to find on a lot of like your hero units, or this one was from a Deathwatch upgrade frame. The pieces, like the plastic, is a little bit thinner. Take my clippers, and I'm going to clip, keeping the flat side towards what I want to save. So you do see how it kind of does kind of dent in that other side, but the side that we want to save is, you know, it's pretty flat. It's pretty nice. It looks okay. It's serviceable, certainly, for this purpose. So you just clip as many of those off as you can. You see I've got a whole bunch of them. And then, this is the big secret, all right? If you get one thing out of this video, it's use super glue gel. So if I'm bonding plastic to not plastic, I am always going to be using this super glue gel. And that's just because it's less finicky. So the regular super glue is too runny generally for this purpose. I put on a big wad of that. You see how thick that is on there? And then I stick it down to the popsicle stick. And I let that sit generally overnight. I don't get too excited to get these built. I build them kind of as needed, but also I know that I have to start them earlier in the week. Like, for example, this set here is going to be for my video this coming Monday. I need some new swatch sticks, contrast, and SpeedPaint. And I ran out. I don't have any unpainted swatch sticks. Well, it is Wednesday today, where I am doing the this here. Okay, so here we go. We have that glued down. Now, you've let this sit for like 24 hours or so. I'm going to put it up here so I don't mix it up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this stick and you're going to kind of hold it with one finger and just kind of tap on it with the other to make sure that that's glued down. About 1 in 10 of them won't be. Okay, about 1 in 10 of them won't be. So you want to be careful of that. Then this is where you get out your Tamiya or Tamiya extra thin cement. You can use whatever is your favorite plastic glue. This works out well. And so I take the swatch stick, see if I can do this on camera, and I kind of will line up the skull on it, like so. And I'll kind of see, okay, that's how it's going to fit on, about like that. I try to put the groove of the sprue into the groove of the back of the skull. Can you kind of see that there where my finger is? Let's see if I can hold it like that. See that kind of groove back there? That's where I try to do it. Okay, that's fitting nicely, so I'll take some of the ultra thin cement and I'll just wipe it on that ridge, the point there. Kind of unfocused there I was doing it, but you get the idea. You rub it on the ridge and then you put the skull kind of on that area. Okay, come on camera, stay focused because I'm trying to look through you to put this on there. Okay, so it's sticking to my finger a little bit. That does happen. Again, I don't recommend filming while you do this. It's not a great experience. So then you get it on there, and I kind of like stick my finger on the faces and just kind of really press it in, let it go there. Now what you can do now after you've got those on there, you do want to let these dry for quite a while. The other thing you can also do is take your cement little brush and just brush on another little layer underneath there. That'll just give it a little extra melting power, and we'll melt these together just a little bit extra good. All right, so now you've got skulls. You want to prime them. I want to show you a little trick for that before we're done. This is a regular sheet of paper that I'm folding over, and I'm going to fold it over about maybe 1/3 of the way. Now, this is a regular US size 8.5 by 11. Use whatever paper you can find, whatever's cheap. Crease it, and it's about, about 1/3 over or so. Then you're going to take your finished sticks. I'm going to take this one so I don't disturb my glue drying on there. And you're going to kind of shove them down in there. But you see how there's like a good amount of space right there? And then what you do is you're going to space these out. It's like your next one, here, let's just do this. Your next one would go like right there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take some painter's tape. Just like, I'm talking like this stuff, like blue painter's tape. And you're going to stick it so that it's up very close to where the skulls are, because you don't need a lot of white bleed over. In fact, you can put it right up against the sprue if you want to, and then squish it down in between each stick, and then you see how it kind of bridges the gap between where the sticks are and then this paper that's folded over, so the rest of the stick is protected from paint with only one strip of tape. So I would use one strip of tape, and I can get about 10 or so across a sheet of paper. I do like to have a gap between them because they're easier to spray the sides, and I do like to spray all over. So then you would take these out again. These would have skulls on them. Take them outside or down to your airbrush, spray them white, and you want to use the primer that you plan to use for your speed paint or your contrast paint, and then you'll paint them. I like to just label them. I use a kind of like a fine-tipped marker. It's actually a pen, but it behaves like a fine-tip marker. It's this Liquid Flare Medium by Papermate. You could use a fine-tip Sharpie as well, or you could use a label maker if you wanted to be fancy. And you paint just like you normally would. You label them up, and there you go. Now you have swatch sticks that show how your paints behave. The cool thing here is, I'm using white, for the channel. You could put this over whatever you want. You could prime it silver, you could prime it in, Wraithbone, you could prime it in Gray Seer. You could even put multiple sets of these skulls on here and have them in the different primers, and you could label them on the back. I mean, I don't label them on the back because I film videos with them, but for, on your hobby desk, that would probably work just as well. Anyways, I hope this was helpful in making these swatch sticks. I get a lot of questions about it, so I thought I'd make this video. And of course, the unboxing of the Citadel Skulls, which, by the way, I've used a whole box of these and I bought a second one, so there's your review right there. They're excellent. Quick little review at the end. Alright, well, folks, thanks for watching. Take care. Let's get gaming.